Hello everyone. Today we'll look into most important interview topic, which is delegate. Yeah, let's get started. So what is a delegate? A delegate in .NET is a type-safe function pointer. It holds a reference to a method or multiple methods in a chain called a multicast delegate that matches its signature and return type. Think of it as a way to pass a method as a parameter. So here you can see the simple example how to define a delegate type, which is use the delegate keyword and define a method that matches the delegate signature. Here you can see the return type is white for start method and how to use the delegate. So here we can see delegate points to a method. This is the simple example we can give in the interviews. Next is default delegates. So since .NET 2.0, you don't need to define your own delegate types for most scenarios. Framework provides generic built-in delegates. There are three types. So action delegate represents a method that returns void, means it returns nothing. Func delegate represents a method that returns a value. So func delegate will take a 17 parameters and one return value. So always last parameter will be the return type. And predicate, which is specialized delegate for Boolean return type. This delegate is mostly used in all the LINQ queries. We can see that later in the video. So in modern .NET, we mostly use action, func, predicate instead of defining custom delegates. Next, we will talk about internal working of the delegates. So delegate is a class in .NET derived from system.multicast delegate. Internally, it stores method pointer to the target method, target object reference for instance methods, invocation list for multicast delegates. And when delegate is invoked, CLR calls method in the invocation list sequentially. For multicast delegates with a return value, only the last method's result is returned. And exceptions are propagated unless those are handled. So here you can see delegate invocation flow. This will help you to remember easily. When delegate is invoked, so delegate object has the reference for methods which will call or invoke the method target method, which is instance or static, and executes, and it returns a value if any. And here you can see delegate object holds method pointer, that is CLR function address, target object reference for instance methods, and invocation list used in multicast delegate. This is about delegate invocation flow. And next we will look into multicast delegate execution. Here you can see the sequence diagram of multicast delegate execution. We have a caller, means when delegate is invoked, it goes to delegate object. So delegate object have the invocation list and it contains method references like M1, M2, M3. Those are pointing to method 1, method 2, and method 3. As earlier, we know that invocation list calls the method sequentially. So it will pick the first method 1 and completes it. Then it goes for method 2 and completes it. And finally, it calls the method 3 and returns a value if any. So and the last method's return value will be returned to the caller. Yeah, this is very simple. Next, we will look into the use cases of delegates. Delegates are powerful for decoupling and event-driven programming. So most common use case is events. So events are abstraction over the delegates. Here we can see the simple example of action delegate used as event execution. Here you can see on upload. So we are using this. Next, callbacks. In real time in ERP system, background patch jobs can notify UI when it's done. So here also we are using the action delegate as callback, and callback is executed when it enters the run method. And third use case, which is a strategy pattern, like plugging algorithms at runtime. Here we are using Func delegate. The starting two parameters are the input parameters and one output parameter, which is return type. It's called decimal. And we can see here we are returning the decimal value. Both we can use in multi-threading or async callbacks. So delegates were widely used in early async programming before async await. And last final LINQ. So like all LINQ methods rely on delegates. Func delegate mostly used. Here you can see that we are passing the predicate in the where method, so which returns the boolean value. So if you want to talk about real-time scenario in the interviews, then this is the good example. Imagine a bank reconciliation module where reconciliation rules differ for each client, where customers configure them. Instead of hard coding, we can inject rules using delegates. And here we have a simple code snippet example. This makes the module pluggable and client customizable without modifying ERP internal logic. So finally, we go for summary, what we learned so far. So delegate is a type safe function pointer. So we have action, func, predicate. These are the default delegates. We saw the internal working of the delegates, like delegate object holds, wraps, method pointer, target method, reference, and invocation list for multicast delegate. Use cases like events, callbacks, strategy pattern, LINQ queries, and few real-time examples like pluggable reconciliation rules, event-driven UI updates, and async callbacks in EHR systems. Yeah, that's all today. If it's helpful, please hit like and subscribe. Thank you.